all know the Ravens did lose to the Bills in heartbreaking fashion. I'll say that. So whoever wants the floor, it's all y'all's. It's the floor is whoever want to start. Cause I know y'all got some shit to get off y'all chest.
Yeah, I mean, I start. I mean, we was in person for the game. Good experience.
Time
Good.
out. Before, let me pause you real quick.
You.
I thought it was real poetic. Cause I think the last time that all three of y'all,
No, it was definitely deja vu.
the last time all three of y'all went somewhere to watch a game that wasn't in Baltimore,
Yeah, it was
it
definitely
ended the
deja
same
vu.
exact way.
Yeah,
So
Same person, same place.
same person.
same
So
place,
my
same
Earl's
play.
like when I pray the DMX, all y'all go. When I Lord give me a sign. Continue, Keys.
Nah, man, it was like I said, it was a good experience to be up there, in that atmosphere. We're gonna get into. I'm pretty sure we're gonna get into in depth about the Bills fans' behavior and all that, whatever. But it don't really matter. Um, it comes down to what we've been talking about for 2-3 years now, man. Just can't get out your own way. That's really what this game really came down to. You completely outplayed them, y'all gained them, y'all threw them, y'all rushed them. But what we said, the game about the intangibles, what the Ravens going to do as far as in the small moments and turnovers, and they lost both of those battles. And I mean, credit the Bills. They took advantage of the rate. They scored points in those turnovers. I mean, they did what they had to do in them turnovers. But I still don't think that in that game particularly, that the Bills were the better team. I just think it came down to really, Mark Andrews fumbling the ball and dropping the pass. I'm not one of the people that's going to kill him and call him out his name on the internet for everybody have a bad day at the office. Everybody can do that. But I am going to call you out for not coming to talk about it. Like if you got a C on your chest, you need to be in front of the media. Lamar was in front of the media. When Tucker makes big kicks, he's in front of the media. When people make bad plays, if you're a captain of the team, you come out, you talk about it. You don't hide behind words. You don't go on the internet and post a long message. You bring your ass in front of the media, in front of the cameras. You answer no questions. So, like I said, I'm not going to kill him for dropping the pass and fumbling, publicly anyway. Group chats is getting nasty, but, publicly I'm not going to kill him. But he needs to come out and we shouldn't have to wait until training camp or to begin next season here. He should have been out there immediately after that game, taking responsibility for that. Don't post no long. We don't care about that. Like nobody cares about that. Nick said it earlier in earlier this week or last week in the group chat. This PR campaign that they doing is nasty work. It's real nasty. And I can understand that if, like you say, if he came out and he said something about it, all right, I get it, y'all defending him, but he didn't do that. So don't defend nobody that's not defending himself or taking responsibility for it. So I don't like that. But I'm on record as saying, yes, so this, everybody. I'm on record as saying Mark Andrews should have been the hell out of Baltimore years ago. He comes up short and in big moments, and it's not the first time we've seen this. We talked about it pre-show. Scott talked about it, deja vu. This happened literally the same play, same exact thing. Dropped this the first time he tried to go with one hand. This time he had both hands on it and still dropped it. And it cost the Ravens a chance to send the game in overtime. The fumble cost a chance the Ravens to drive and go, to go down the field. Yeah, Lamar had his over 2 turnovers, but that he made up for that. He played his ass off the second half. Nobody can tell me he watched the second half and realize he wasn't the best player on the field by far. He really brought them back in the game. He did what Josh Allen didn't do last night. He got the ball back and went down and gave him a chance to win the game. It just happened that his all pro tight end, all Pro Bowl tight end dropped the damn pass. So that's what this game come down to, man. Like I said, I don't think the Bills are better. I'm not going to discredit them. They won the game. They won the AFC Championship game. But I just think the Ravens, they beat themselves. And we've been talking about this. We talked about this against the Raiders earlier this year. We talked about it against y'all up in Pittsburgh earlier this year. Big games that they went against the Raiders. Maybe they're not in Buffalo. Maybe you're getting that defensive passing call. Maybe that's a no call. Maybe you're getting it called the right way. Not to say that it's the side of the game, but that's the difference between them getting 7 and them getting 3. That's a big call. But that's what happens when you're in a road. They get home cooking like that, and that's what happens when you lose games at home to the Raiders and games you're not supposed to lose. So it's not. It sucks that you get this far. It sucks that everything's in front of you, and you're dropping 2-point conversions. But like I said, it comes down. It's nothing. It's not a lot you can really say because it's the same old story. They just keep beating themselves over and over and over. And when is enough is enough. So at this point, and I've been on the record saying this, it's the coaching, man. If your team keeps beating yourself over and over again, you got to change at the top. Something gotta trickle down. You can't keep going to every season saying we're gonna do the same thing, and keep on expecting different results, because that's all we get is the same results. You go into the AFC Championship game last year, you horrible game planning on both sides of the ball, you beat yourself. You go into the division round this year, horrible game planning. You're not running Henry enough. Ravens making mistakes, not in the right place at the wrong time. I don't know what they was doing defensively, because we seen the Chiefs, once they get in the front room, they were stopping that tush push. I don't know what the hell the Ravens was doing as far as looking at film. That's what it comes down to, man. You beat yourself. It's like people that like us that spend a whole bunch of money go up there to see the team not performing the way they should perform. I think the Ravens, click on all cylinders and do what they got to do. They walk out there with a double-digit victory, but they didn't do that. And now we here. Now we got people asking about draft stuff. That's what it goes. You beat yourself, you lose. You turn the ball over, you lose. And I'm not excusing Lamar for them two turnovers in the first half. You got to be better than that. The pick, okay, bad read. Your receiver broke it off. You did, but that fumble, you got to eat that. You cannot fumble that ball in that position. He knows that. Everybody know that. You cannot fumble that ball in that position. But like I said, he more than made up for that second. So I'm not gonna kill him for that. And that's the abs and flows game. You turn the ball over, second half, you came out, you do what you need to do. So that's everybody else can try this, but let's not get this mistaken. The reason the Ravens lost this game is because of Mark Andrews.
Yeah, Keys was definitely spitting there, and I agree with a lot of what he said. I will preface what I'm going to say by saying, like, I'm probably the most mature person you're going to find. Like, if it's about, like, setting my business up or setting something I got going on up or making sure my kids is good, taking care of my household, most mature nigga you're going to find. But as far as this is concerned, as far as disrespecting Mark, I'm one of those type of people. I'll disrespect him publicly. I'll disrespect him privately.
No,
I'm tired. I'm tired of Mark fucking Andrews. I'm just going to keep it a buck. I'm tired of him. One of the biggest cap hits on the team. Captain, the C's on his chest. He's been here for years, and he's been a part of some of my worst team-related memories involving the Baltimore Ravens, and especially in this Lamar Jackson era. Whether we're talking about 2019 versus the Titans, whether we're talking about 2020 versus the Bills, whether we're talking about the previous game, whether we talk about big games in the regular season versus the Steelers, so on and so forth. I mean, I don't care about what he does hypothetically week 3 against the Cleveland Browns teams that's ass. Or I don't care what he does against the Jacksonville Jaguars week 6. That's when the all-pro, franchise touchdown leader Mark Andrews shows up most seasons, and we have this great feeling like we over here. Is he better than Kelsey? Is he better than this guy? No. You know what Kelsey does when it's time to work? When it's time to win Super Bowls? He makes plays for his quarterback. You don't got to worry about Patrick Mahomes throwing it to him and Kelsey just not making himself available to catch an easy 2-point conversion. You don't got to worry about that. You don't got to worry about Kelsey running backwards. These are things that you shouldn't have to address. I shouldn't have to say, you know what? It really wasn't John Harbaugh's fault. I mean, damn, did John Harbaugh run backwards? Did he fumble? Did he drop a 2-point conversion? No. And I don't even like John. I want him gone too. I think a better coach who demands perfection as opposed to hoping for perfection or praying to God for perfection. No, I'm demanding. I want you guys to be perfect or you ain't going to be on my team. There's people that demand that out there, players. John ain't one of those people. He's going to hold your hand through it. He's going to give you a hug through it. He's going to nuzzle your little head through it, but he ain't going to demand perfection and hold you accountable to make sure that that's what you exude out on the field. Mark Andrews makes a lot of plays versus the amount of mistakes he makes, but the amount of mistakes he makes causes us to be home when it's time for us to be competing. Right. So it's when you're making the mistakes, it's the consistency in which these mistakes are made, timing of the mistakes. And listen, if you're going to fold in the biggest moments, I don't need you in the smallest moments. If you're going to fold in the biggest moments, I don't need you in the smallest moments.
For real.
Isaiah Likely on the flip side, on the inverse. Have you seen a pass that he can't catch at this point? Whether it's up high, it's too high for him, whether it's too low for him, whether he has to jump through 4 people to go get the football. Have you not seen him make every single play that a tight end can make this year? At a certain point, yes, it's time to move on. He's more athletic. He's stronger. He blocks faster, blocks just as well, catches more consistently, makes tougher catches, right? And he has just the amount of, maybe even more newfound chemistry with Lamar Jackson. So, yeah, we're going to have some serious conversations because I did not like the way Mark handled that situation, whether it's the continuing to choke in big moments or how we responded to choking. You've choked so much that, yeah, you owe us a conversation post-game. If Lamar can sit up and defend you after the game and say, no, it's not his fault. It's all of our faults. I had 2 turnovers. It's my fault too. If he can sit there, because he's the one that has to be slandered the entire offseason. This entire offseason, if he wins another MVP, they're going to say he's a 3-time MVP winner that has never made a Super Bowl. They're going to say that's the only time that's ever happened in NFL history. Mm-hmm. They shit on Aaron Rodgers, and he's won a Super Bowl. They just sitting there saying Jalen Hurts has made more Super Bowls than Aaron Rodgers. Well, Aaron Rodgers got a ring. Jalen don't got one yet, right? So they'll shit on you for being great. Imagine what Lamar's about to get. And it's all because Mark can't catch a pass, and you can't speak to that. You can't speak to the fans that traveled up there and say, you know what? You know, I know this seems like it happens a lot, and you know, if anybody feels bad about it, it's me. It's the guy on the field that is happening to. But you know what? I'm going to work this hard. I'm going to work so hard this offseason, make sure that never happens again. I let Lamar down. I let my team down, my coaches, my staff, my friends, my family. I will make sure that I'll never feel something like this ever again, and I'll be a better tight end. I'll be a better player for next season. You say that, ain't nobody coming in here slandering you. I'm going to be mad that you dropped the pass and that you fumbled and that you continually do that shit. But I ain't going to have this type of energy. Man, you hit. You're a grown-ass man, dog. You hit. What message are you showing your kids? Oh, when things go wrong, nigga, go hide. That's not how it works in life, bro. That's not how life works. Mm-hmm. And as a captain, I'd rip that C off your chest if it was my team. But it's not my team. And that's why God hasn't given me a team, because that's how I be reacting to shit. But I would have ripped that C off. No, because and I think that's all jokes aside, I think that is kind of how we look at John Harbaugh, right? You got these fake captains who ain't captains. You got these captains that say that they leaders, but they not leading. They not leading. Lamar Jackson, that's leadership. I'm gonna take that shit. I'm gonna take all the criticism. I'm gonna get the criticism regardless. I'm gonna shield Mark from it, even though we all know it's his fault. I'm gonna shield everybody from it because as the guy, that's my job. And I'm not going to hide from this moment, even though I'm the one that wants the Super Bowl more than anybody. This is my legacy, like, as a quarterback. You know what I mean? Like, it's affecting me more than it's affecting Marlon Humphrey. It's affecting me more than it's affecting Tyler Linderbaum. We all want the same goal. We all putting in the same amount of work. But when we talk about the same amount of criticism, it ain't equitable amount of criticism. Lamar's the face of the Baltimore Ravens. When the Ravens fail, Lamar gets it. He ain't run from none of that. He stood there. He talked to the fans. We even saw on Hard Knocks, you know, we saw the emotion. We saw tears. Like, I respect that out of him because, again, he's not running from the moment. I can't respect anybody that calls themselves a captain, a leader, and won't be there for his teammates. If you're going to drop the pass, you could at least apologize to your teammates or just be there for the support. But as far as everything else, man, more the same. More the same. This is why, again, I don't be getting hyped when we blow out teams in the regular season. You know, what did I say all season long? This is cool. This is cute, but show me in the playoffs. Show me in the playoffs all year. And what do we do? The same old shit. Choke in the playoffs, and it's annoying. I want to say it's coaching. And I think it is definitely partly that. It's just the infrastructure we have is just too coddling. We're not holding anybody accountable. The game plans have been better the last 2 postseasons. I will say that. We were mad that Derrick Henry we were mad that we didn't run the ball that much last year. But I felt like that was a better game plan than any Greg Roman game plan we had. We were able to move the ball. We were just fumbling at the one, doing dumb shit. Right, couldn't block, you know, just Lamar wouldn't run. Like, plays were there to be had. We just didn't capitalize. That was, I chalked that up as, you know, year 1 of Monken's system. Let's see how year 2 goes, because that was just a lot of not executing. This postseason, we was moving the ball against the Bills. We was moving the ball up and down the field, no problems. I can't even shit on Josh Allen. Josh Allen didn't go over there and produce 2 turnovers. He ain't do that. Lamar did. Now, did those turnovers lead to a whole bunch of Bills points? No. But you know what it does? It gives them 2 extra possessions. It takes 2 opportunities to score and put points on the board away from your team when you're not able to just fall on the football. It's playoff football, Lamar. We in year 7, bro. It's playoff football. You haven't learned to just fall on the fucking football? You ain't gotta be Superman. It's okay to punt. It's okay to try to kick a long field goal. It's okay to do all of that. Do you have to do the amazing thing in snow in January? How many times we gotta go through this? How many times we gotta make the same mistakes? And I have to criticize Lamar because again, he can't run from this. Because it's the same shit every postseason. He's amazing, and he was amazing in the second half. But I shouldn't have to give my almost 3-time MVP a caveat in the second half. Nigga, be amazing for 4 quarters. We trying to win a Super Bowl. If it's a broken play, don't make worst with a T. Don't make it the worst possible scenario. It's okay to just fall on the football. The throw to Bateman, miscommunication. I don't even know who to blame there, but it was a bad play. Now I think only 3 points resulted from that. Again, that's an opportunity where you don't score, so you're taking points away from yourself and you're giving points to another team. That's never what you want to see in playoff atmosphere. And yeah, man, I mean, until we learn that we cannot turn the ball over, and we have to execute, I would like to sit there and be mad about the 2-point conversion calls, both of them. As I was watching those plays in the stadium, Isaiah Likely was wide the hell open. Lamar could have lofted it a little higher. Isaiah Likely was like, yo, throw it higher. Like, you're getting it tipped at the line. I'm wide open. Just drop it in my bucket. You're like, what are we doing? Second play, Mark Andrews just drops the ball wide open. So can I really be mad at Todd Monken? The players were open. The execution was there. You just got to – we're 95% there. It's just that 5% we missing. And it's consistently that 5%. I don't know if we ever going to find that 5%. We so close that we far away. And that's scary. We're so close that we're far away. Like, how come we cannot reach that other side of the fence? So how come we can't see the light of the tunnel? We right there. We see the light shining, but we not it's still dark for us. And after you got to understand, like, I've been looking for revenge since 2019. When I was looking outside my window scroll in 2019, I've been saying, like, yo, I'm trying to get back. I'm trying to have my get back for this feeling. I haven't got that get back since. It's just compounding that feeling. The feeling's growing, Sco. I don't like that.
It's a tumor.
Yeah, man. These niggas gave me cancer. Don't want to treat me. Don't want to give me no chemo. They just like, yo, more cancer, nigga. It's in your lungs now.
Yeah.
So
get that alkaline diet, get that Dr. Sebi shit.
More the same, yo.
Keith.
I mean, having a week to digest it, man, it sucks. Let me vent, man.
You're right. Take that back. Hey, take that back.
I didn't catch it, but wow, when I caught it.
Whoa. Nah, but
oh man,
this typical Ravens, man. This is who the Ravens have been under John Harbaugh since they won a Super Bowl with the help of Ray Lewis and Ed Reed and Flack on board. And this is who the Ravens are. I mean, you hear EDC come out and say, you know, we was almost there. We'll get them. We'll get them next year type team. That's what you tell the rec kids. We'll get them next year, guys. Like, that's what you tell them when you handing them the trophy. At the little Chuck E. Cheese. We'll get them next year. Tired of hearing it. And not to say it ain't Harbaugh's fault that Andrews didn't catch the ball. It's not Harbaugh's fault that we had the ball on the 2 and got a field goal out of it.
Might be. That might be.
Well, if you bring Stanley in eligible and you decide to not just pound it on him and Lamar gets sacked on the pass play, I mean, that's coaching. But just this is who we are. Like, I get tired of talking about the regular season. I get tired of talking about what could be. This is who we are. Attention to detail at the most important times of the season. Lack of accountability. That's throughout the season, off season included. It just seems like the castle. It's everything too buddy right now. Outside of a couple players who bring that fire and kind of demand greatness, essentially. But when you tune into these shows and the coach don't even want to go practice in the cold when you got to go play in sub-10 temperatures in Buffalo, and your quarterback telling, let's go out and throw.
Yeah,
it's a problem. It's a problem. Because how are you properly preparing your team to play in those elements? We was up there. I mean, it's snowing, it's windy, it's cold, it's all types of weather up there, to be honest with you. It's like El Nino. So this is who the Ravens have become, and it's frustrating as a fan. It's frustrating to watch because the team is so talented, and you see these spurts throughout the season where you just dominate the same teams that you play in the playoffs. But when the moment's big, you fall short. And I really think that game was lost on that Bateman catch on the 2 and not punching the ball in. I think that was the difference in the game. I also think that the first 2-point conversion was a big difference. I told Keys at the seat, take the 1. You don't got to chase points right now. It's the third quarter. Who cares if it's 21-20 or 21-19? You're going to get a chance to get that get back. Even if they score, it's still a 1-possession game. Now, if they score, it's a 2-possession game. You're down 9. So just little nuances like that, and they ultimately always come back to bite us in the butt at the end of a game. And, Mark dropped the pass, had to bad turnover.
Dropped another pass, too.
Yeah, he dropped another one, too.
Forget about that one. That would have been a long game by itself.
Yeah. So just frustrating, man, because he did it in the Titans game, 1 hit off his hand, interception. I remember early in the game that year. It's just when Zay Flowers in there, when all your weapons not there, you got to make the plays. You got to be the guy that you got to be the quote unquote safety blanket. And he wasn't that. And it's frustrating to watch Lamar. I mean, he played well. I mean, even the first quarter, going down and getting the touchdown, he played well. It's just an interception and the fumble. But though, like Nick said, that can't happen. That same play is the Cincy play where he picks up the ball and makes the Houdini play. But that's in October. This is in January. You don't got to be Houdini right now. We just need you to, like Nick say, fall on the ball and let's live to fight another day. And you get 3 turnovers to 0, you're going to lose most games. To even lose by 2 tells you how much better you are than this team. Because you gave them 3 free possessions and you still only lost by 2.
And only gave up 6 in the second half. You only gave up
6 in the second half. So it's frustrating, man, because this is who we are. Like, and I don't know
how to change.
I don't know if what changes it to put us over the hurdle. Like you've been to the AFC title game. Like if you some teams you feel like you got some sort of hope, like you got some room for improvement. What we didn't shown the room for improvement. Like I don't know where we go from here. It's frustrating.
And back to Key's point, he mentioned Harbaugh. The more we talk, the more I want to give blame to Harbaugh too, because just how we go about it. The 2-point call, Keith's absolutely right as far as the need to do it, right? Like there's a want to tie the game, right? Mm-hmm. But the need to is this something we need to do? Same with the Lamar fumble. I get the want to pick it up and make a play because you're probably one of only a few that can do something like that. But do we need to do it? And that's what we need to kind of discern at a certain point. And honestly, Harbaugh is the longest tenured member of the team as far as coach or player wise. He should be able to be sending these messages to the team that we're going for wants and not needs. This is playoff football. What would Bill Belichick teach? I bet you Bill Belichick was the coach and he was the coach and he was dealing with the in and outs every day, the operations. Lamar wouldn't even think twice to do what he did that day as far as how he went about that fumble or that bad snap. He wouldn't even think because it would be second nature, risk averse, being militant about possessions. You can't give anything to anybody. This is the play. This is the one part of the season where in the regular season you can make mistakes and not have it kind of compound and hurt you. In the playoffs, that's all turnovers do is hurt. If you remember, we're about to get a rematch of a Super Bowl from a couple years ago. What was the biggest difference in that game?
Sack fumble.
A turnover. One.
Yo, I literally text you that saying that I was like, yo, in the postseason, that's all that matters, turnovers. You in regular season, the Ravens would have won that game in the regular season. Like they would have beat the Bills in the regular season. You in the playoffs, you turn the ball up 3 times in one of the players, you're going to lose 9 out of 10 times. Like it's rare that you can overcome 3 turnovers like that, man. Y'all make great points, man.
And to your point about Harbaugh, are we in Buffalo playing in snow and cold weather if we do what we're supposed to do against the Raiders, if we do what we're supposed to do against the Browns and Jameis Winston?
Yep.
You get what I'm saying? Those are inexcusable losses that low key fucked us later in the season.
Yeah, I mean to keep point, and y'all say what can be done? You got to get rid of the coach, man. And I know people here love Harbaugh. I mean, down the stretch, I can give him credit for giving him down the stretch, the way he coached the team down the stretch of the playoffs. But if nothing is changing, if every year you go to the playoffs, you start turning the ball over, and your players are not being accountable for the mistakes they make and stuff like that, man, you gotta get rid of them. I mean, like you said, we've been to the AFC Championship game. We got about to have a 3-time MVP quarterback. What's the only constant here is
we added Derrick Henry.
Yeah, the only constant here is the coach, man. And you got the coach can't what I say earlier this season. I said the Ravens have reached the mountaintop with John Harbaugh. They're not gonna go further with him with this team. It's just not. It's just not gonna happen. Gotta let him go. We appreciate it. He'll be in the ring of honor one day, but it's okay to move on from coaches. If it's not working anymore, get rid of him. It's done. Same thing. Him and Mark should be on the first day smoking because first of all, we need the cap space, and we got his backup on the roster. Get rid of him. It's time. It's just time.
Why's his backup catching even harder, difficult pass to put us in a position?
His backup was rolling the ground in the end zone, catching touchdowns. Like, what do we need? There's nothing else to say here. There's really nothing else to say here.
And that's where Keith's point about. And I don't mind an organization being family orientated, right? I don't mind that, but I do mind when it gets in the way of accountability and trying to be the best. It ain't about being good or great. Well, it's not about being good or very good. You want to be great, and really, you don't want to be great. You want to be elite. You want to be Patrick Mahomes. Patrick Mahomes ain't great. The Chiefs ain't great. They are literally elite by the. If they handle business, that's 4 Super Bowls in a short period of time and 3 back-to-back. We just trying to get one. We trying to smell the atmosphere of a Super Bowl. So yes, very good ain't gonna cut it, John. And we're in like the Hall of Very Good. Do you want to be in the Hall of Fame or the Hall of Very Good? Right now, we Torrey Hunter right now, right?
Mm-hmm.
You want to talk Hall of Very Good? Andy Reid was Hall of Very Good in Philly. I mean, they was making an NFC title game every year. Look at what they did. This is the furthest we can get with you, Andy. We can't get over the hurdle. If Andy can go, I mean,
yo, dog, that's how
Andy went, and they won with another coach.
Yeah, and they've been back twice with a whole other coach that was separate from that coach.
Yeah, it's possible, guys. I mean, John ain't
they fired Doug after what 1 or 2 years after the Super Bowl, didn't they? They didn't stick around for him at all.
They won in 2017, and Doug was out by like 2020.
I mean, Equals going to the Super Bowl with a whole new assistant crew. He got rid of them and replaced the OC, replaced the DC,
and beat those allegations at the same time. So it's like,
I feel y'all. I feel y'all about getting rid of the coach.
We did extend Monken, so I don't know if that means anything. I'm sure Harbaugh is going to get an extension, but it's like I don't know if these situations, the way we're losing, I don't know if these require votes of confidence. Maybe in Monken, I don't have any real issues other than, again, I got to look at Harbaugh. When you're first and goal at the 2, even if we lost to y'all on first down, it was second and goal at the 3. You mean to tell me we spent all season dominating in the red zone to not give Derrick Henry the ball or to tush push or to do anything? Like we why are we getting cute? We haven't been a cute team all season. We've been smash mouth.
Coaching. That's what comes down. Like if you get blown out, you can put it on the players. When you start losing close games, that's coaching.
Hey, Mark, I don't like you blaming that shit on your diabetes, man. I ain't like that shit.
Yo, bro. All right, I got just give it a couple of seconds. I ain't gonna belabor the point, but goddamn. Listen,
my hands is cold, my neuropathy. Nigga.
Fans and
he
Mark
said that?
alike.
I didn't read the whole thing. That's what he said.
Somebody.
Somebody said that.
Somebody.
I think Baltimore beat down wrote an article saying
like Ben Carson came out and said, like, yo, you know,
there's a link between cold weather and type.
They got Ben Carson on there.
No, I was joking. It wasn't Ben Carson.
I'm about to say.
I'm just saying some doctor somewhere said, yo, I'm telling you, the effects of the cold and diabetes type 1 and his neuropathy.
Ben Carson said he got robbed at Popeyes or Monument. Like I don't believe nothing that come out Ben Carson.
Yo, but no.
Listen, before you make your point, Nick, if ever, I know you were joking, Skull, but if Ben Carson ever got to defend you, dog, cut the tape.
I mean, he might as well have came out. It was, yo, I'm saying it like, yo, damn, like
stone hands. That's what he got.
Yeah, because if they got a whole montage of one specific player in the same scenario, they went back to Green Bay. Y'all remember that Green Bay game?
Yep.
Tyler Huntley starts, so that wasn't a great pass, but he still got his hands on the ball. It's a whole montage of that.
It was the same play call too.
The same play each 3.
We kept that from the Greg Roman era. He was like, nah.
Yeah, nah.
John said, no, you want to keep that one.
And I bet not ever see that play ever. And I know they're going in the first game next year. They're gonna run that same play. I'm telling you, they're gonna do it because John Harbaugh, he a dickhead.
It works. He's gonna have to prove that it
ran against the Chargers and it didn't work.
Yeah, yo, bro, that's our favorite.
I mean, it'll work if you change the depth chart. Like if you put likely as number one, it'll work then.
You already know I hate when they roll out to that side and just shut off half the field.
You take half the way and field away. And the thing crazy part, because Bateman was wide open to play, but that's not the read.
That's not
the read.
That's not the cross body throw and all that.
Yeah, it don't like Bateman was literally wide open, but
I think Zay was open in Green, but Zay was open in one of them games. It was, but that's not. It's not the read.
No, back to Mark, yo. Like as far as the diabetes is concerned, like you're not for this to be a big. I know people were trolling and saying like crazier things, like I'm gonna put something in insulin. I get it, like, but you got to understand what a troll is. One, you got to understand too that the internet's going to be the internet. Do you know how many people troll on the internet? You know how many athletes on a daily basis get slandered? Let's not pick and choose when we defend athletes from slander on the internet. Lamar has been called much worse. Trust, okay, by Bills fans. By Bills fans, been called much worse. Like, what are we talking about? I'm gonna put I'm put extra sugar in your insulin, or like, what the fuck are we talking about? Mark, you gotta get some thick skin and some better hands, because what you got going on is soft, bro. Dropping the pass
too much tape on his hands, yo.
Listen, bro. And did the diabetes stop you from signing an extension? It ain't stop your hands from doing that.
Perfect blood flow for that.
Like, come on, bro.
But I mean, come on, we all done play sports. Like, all you want your teammate to say is, you know, my bad, own it.
My bad.
And he probably did say it to them, but I'm not.
But when you make 17 million, you owe that to the fans too.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Well, we spent that money to go. You got to come out and say my fault. Like, you know, make us feel a little bit better because we felt like shit because you dropped the pass.
When I said I stripped that C off his chest, I was playing, but as if I'm Harbaugh, I would only want to have captains that would be the type of people that wouldn't run from that moment.
Exactly.
That would be my definition of a captain.
Yeah, man, like you said this week, we just seen Billy come to miss a kick and he came out and said what he had to say. Lee Evans dropped the pass. He came out and said what the hell he had to say. Like, and they wasn't nowhere near captains. They wasn't nowhere near.
Anybody care about their mental health? Anybody care about their mental health? Because they were slandered into retirement. They ain't playing another down.
Nope.
I mean,
and we talk about this guy
we still bring them up, right? So
right, exactly.
They never get away from.
Guy going to be in the Ravens Ring of Honor one day, and he can't even come out and say my fault. I sucked this game. No matter which stat you did, I sucked this game. That's all you had to say was I suck. That's it. That's all we want to do.
Yeah. You forgive me, Mark. Not
But
yet.
now I can't. Now it's green light on you for the rest of your career. I don't care if you catch a. Well, the only way you can say
Keys was already on your ass.
That's what I'm saying. Like it's not even say I can. You catch a game winning touchdown pass Super Bowl. I don't even care. At this point, you suck. Like this guy's terrible.
He's been saying this for 3-4 years, yo. Seriously.
Where's Hayden Hurst at, man? Seriously, like go get. Where's Hayden Hurst at? Yo, Charlie Kohler wouldn't drop that ball. He would not have dropped that ball. I'm telling you, he would not have dropped that ball, yo.
Somebody need to give Dennis Pitta a hip because Dennis Pitta used to back when he had hips, he would catch the ball.
Yeah, man.
Well, I can't sit here and act like I'm not happy that y'all are here with me. I enjoy y'all company.
Go, we dribble y'all heads off the ground though.
So, but you know what? It's funny that you say that because y'all was talking mad shit to the Bills. You can't say nothing to them. They beat y'all. But you were. And it feels good when the team that beat you immediately loses the next week.
It feels great.
60 extra minutes. That's my mantra. You did that with 60 extra minutes? You could have let me win for that. Like, you didn't even have to do that to Cam Sutton. It meant nothing at the end of the day. Now we're both here.
Cam career might be over after that shit.
I hope it is. I hope it is. He was terrible. But now we're both here looking at who, has real value in the 5th round for this guy from Missouri.
I asked you what the drink menu was like. I kind of like the drink menu. It's chills out here, man. It's relaxing.
It was great.
It's better than that 10-degree weather Buffalo. I'll tell you
it's great, isn't it? And the joints on the beach. You know what I'm saying? the little hoolas, man. I'm telling you,
they didn't make it like this in Buffalo, Skull. I'll say that.
It's great. Let's go to the commercial break and talk about the teams that actually did advance. Nitty Gritty.
When I want some sports news, Nitty Gritty is definitely who I'm tuning into, man. They show up each week with that uncut, that raw, that unfiltered sports news.
They say the things that everyone else wishes that they can say, but they can't.
Every Tuesday and Saturday, I am locked into my favorite sports show, Nitty Gritty.
Nitty Gritty, the best show out right now. Tune in and listen, stupid.